Hello and welcome to another Chit Chat with Orly. All right, so in this little chit chat, then I want to talk about how you view you, or rather how you view your body. Do you think that the two are one and the same? That you're just a body and there's nothing else? So when we look at how we feel about our body, it conjures up all kinds of stuff. It's our great rejection for our body and thus our self that keeps the plastic surgery industry quite alive and lucrative. So when we really look at our bodies, then what comes up for you, or when you do? What do you feel like? What comes to mind when you look at yourself in the mirror? Do you feel ashamed of it? Do you enjoy looking at your body and how it moves and how it functions? Because, you know, it is just a body and it does however it does and functions however a body is meant to function. But do you have an argument with it? Does it not look like the way you think it is supposed to? Are there areas of your body that you can't stand and so you've disconnected yourself from them? Or are you so in touch with your body that you really kind of view it as just this thing that you carry around and you're all focused on and what's going on in your head, that you're pretty much just cut off at the neck? We have been taught and encouraged to put so much disdain and judgment and criticism on our bodies and how they do and don't look and how they do and don't function, that it makes it very difficult at times for us to take care of them and really learn how to listen to our bodies to even know what they need. You know, for me, when I was younger, then it took a while, several years, of really starting to think about all these things and tune into how do I feel, what does my body need, what kind of foods does it want, what kind of foods and care does it need, and of the foods that I think I want, is it really just emotional stuff like sugar and chocolate and chips and, you know, all that comfort food, or is it really nourishing food? Because when we can't be in tune with ourself, our body, then it's too easy for us just to shovel anything in our mouth just because it looks good, it tastes good, it has a nice, bright, shiny, glossy advertisement on it or a cheap price tag, without zero awareness of what that thing is doing to the inside of your body and how it is helping or deterring your body's ability to function. You know, we're so disconnected from what our body has to actually do, or our digestive system has to do, to deal with the junk that we put down our mouth. And it's only until our body starts crying out very loudly that it finally gets our attention. And oftentimes this is in terms of things like allergies or digestive problems, health issues. And then we tend to want to argue with and judge and condemn and criticize and dislike our bodies even further because it's not working the way we think it's supposed to or the way that it did in the past. Something that also comes along with this disassociation we have with our body, I mean, at that whole conversation that I was just mentioned, or things, we could go on for just days and days about having those kinds of conversations. But I kind of want to steer it over to this other thing as well. Because how you view your body, how you feel about it, how you care about it, is also a reflection of how you care about other people and how you care about and treat other life forms, how you care about and treat animals in particular. You know, we've got a humongous industry built on raising, killing, slaughtering, packaging animals for us to eat their dead bodies, which for me personally is rather repugnant because I've haven't eaten animals for a long time, and I'm not going to start again. But when we are so disconnected from ourselves and our bodies, it disconnects us from the sense of empathy and caring and understanding and viewing other people, other animals as being little live beings in and of themselves that have their own inherent right to live, their own inherent right to a respectable, well-treated life and care, to have a proper diet, to have a proper space for them to live out the way they're naturally meant to be. You know, pigs and cows and sheep have their inherent way of how they were designed to eat and live and to roam around, and yet in our push for materialism and to make a buck, then we've conceded to all these industries and let them become so out of control in the way that they treat their animals and the volume or numbers of animals that they raise and then kill and just slaughter just for people to have a hamburger or a steak. So my invitation to you is to really look at this and ask yourself, have I cut myself off from my own humanity, from my own sense of compassion and heart openness to be able to embrace and honor other life forms, because I'm that disconnected from my own self and from my own body, that am I so disconnected from my body and what it needs to function that I have filled it with a lot of animal products and too much animal products and meat, that it is now crying out to me through the form of health problems, and I'm so disconnected from myself that I cannot connect to these dots, that I cannot see how I have created this health problem for myself. So if that is you, then I would encourage you to really step back and have a reality check and start asking yourself, what would my life look like? Would it be any better? Would I feel any better about myself and my health if I actually did develop this sensitivity again to become more in tune with my body and how it functions and respecting that? If I did that, how would that change the way I view other people and how I view other animals? Would I respect their life and their right to live more if I respected my own life, my own body more? So those are questions I pose for you today, with an encouragement that you become more attuned to those things, more sensitive and aware of how you're caring for yourself or not, and how that opinion or viewpoint of yourself and your own body is reflected out in how you treat animals and other people and how you view them. So leave a comment below. Tell me what you find and how you feel about your body, if there's areas that you'd like to shift and change in all of that, as well as when you look at animals and other people, how they can inform you of your perception about them. So lots of things to think about today. Encourage you to leave me a note below. Let me know your thoughts and what you find in all of these little chit chats. And I will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much.